Welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time we're going to be taking a look at a real innovator in Sydney's tech scene,
Oh, cool.
a guy named TJ Newberry. And we've got some really fascinating material to work with here.
Oh, nice. Like what?
Well, it's mostly TJ, in his own words, describing his work, his vision for the future. It's really exciting stuff. And you know what? I think what's going to be really cool for our listeners is if we can kind of uncover what makes him tick, what makes him different.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. Like what sets him apart from other tech leaders?
Absolutely. So right off the bat, just reading through his bio, he's got 24 years in tech under his belt, 7 as a CIO.
Wow. That's a pretty solid background.
Yeah, and what's interesting is he's clearly not just a techie. He really positions himself as this leader who bridges the gap between technology and business goals.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, because these days it's not enough to just understand the tech. You got to know how to apply it to actually achieve business objectives.
Exactly, and that's what makes him so interesting, I think. He's not just about the code, he's about the impact.
Right. It's like he's got that big picture vision.
Exactly. And speaking of vision, let's dive into his 2023 and 2024 innovations section. There's this one project called Deposit First that just jumps out at me.
Oh, tell me about that.
So it's an AI-powered platform, which isn't that unusual these days, but here's the twist. It uses Web3 technology to handle bonds.
Okay, no, that's where things get interesting. For those who haven't heard of it, you can think of Web3 like a decentralized internet, no one entity controls it.
So for something like Deposit First, what does that mean?
Well, it could potentially revolutionize the way bonds are managed.
Yeah.
We could see transactions become way more transparent, efficient, and secure.
And that benefits everyone, right?
Exactly. Businesses, consumers, everyone involved.
Huh.
It could really level the playing field.
Okay, so we've got AI, we've got Web3 disrupting the financial industry, but then he's got this other project, Hoop Glory, and this one's really out there. It's a spiritual platform that uses AI and get this quantum technology.
Whoa, hold on. AI and quantum technology for spirituality. That's like mixing oil and water.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what? How do those things even go together?
Well, I mean, that's what's so fascinating about it. It's clearly pushing boundaries. And the fact that it's still in beta suggests that they're really experimenting with cutting-edge stuff.
So quantum computing, for those of us who aren't, tech wizards, what is that and why is it such a big deal?
Well, simply put, it has the potential to revolutionize pretty much every field you can think of. We're talking about solving problems that are impossible for even the most powerful computers today.
So it's like next level computing power.
Exactly. And to apply that to something like spirituality, well, who knows what kind of insights or experiences they might unlock.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. And speaking of things that are mind-blowing, Deposit Power, which is TJ's PropTech platform, actually won a PropTech Award in 2023.
Wow, so he's getting recognized for his work. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think it highlights how important PropTech is becoming, especially in a dynamic market like Sydney.
Oh, absolutely. PropTech is all about using technology to streamline and improve the property industry. And with a market as hot as Sydney's, it's no wonder people are taking notice.
Right. It's all about making things more efficient, more transparent, more user-friendly.
Exactly. And that's what good tech should do. It should make our lives easier and better.
Okay, so we're seeing a pattern here. Innovative projects that solve real problems. But let's take a look at TJ's leadership philosophy and vision, because I think this is where things get really interesting.
Yeah. What's he got to say about leadership?
Well, he uses some pretty powerful phrases like harnessing the power of technology and ensuring seamless alignment with business objectives.
Okay, so he's definitely thinking strategically. He's not just focused on the tech itself, but how it can be used to achieve broader goals.
Right. He also talks about fostering an environment where innovation thrives.
That's so important because you can't just force innovation. It has to come from a place of creativity and collaboration.
Absolutely. So he's clearly not just a tech genius. He's also a leader who understands how to build and motivate high-performing teams.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got a really well-rounded approach.
And to do that, you need serious technical chops.
Mm.
And he doesn't shy away from listing his areas of expertise, AI, and automation, cloud infrastructure, data security.
Those are all super hot areas right now.
Yeah, no surprise there. They're all interconnected and essential for any company that wants to stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. And if you think back to those innovations we discussed earlier, you can see how these skills come into play.
It's like each piece of the puzzle fits together.
Exactly. He's got the vision, he's got the technical skills, and he knows how to lead and inspire others.
So it's not just about building products. It's about building a whole culture of innovation. And speaking of building, he specifically mentions empowering teams for success. as part of his leadership approach. He sees technology as a team sport.
That makes a lot of sense because no one person can do it all. You need a team of talented individuals working together towards a shared goal.
Right. And he seems to really get that. So we've got a tech innovator with a clear vision, a solid track record, and a leadership style that focuses on people as much as technology. And that brings us to his future vision.
Okay, what's he looking to do next?
Well, he's pretty specific about it. He wants to join a Sydney-based company that's primed for growth, where he can align tech strategy with business goals to drive success and enhance customer experience.
So he's not just looking for any job, he's looking for the right fit.
Exactly. He wants to make a real impact, and he's not afraid to say it.
I like that. It shows that he's got ambition and he's not afraid to go after what he wants.
So what do you think? What's the most compelling aspect of TJ Newberry's approach so far?
I think it's his ability to see the big picture. He's not just focused on the tech itself. He understands how technology can be used to solve real-world problems and achieve business objectives. And he's clearly passionate about empowering others to do the same.
He's not just building systems. He's building solutions. And that's what makes him a true innovator.
I couldn't agree more. It really is refreshing. You know, he's got a clear goal and he's actively pursuing it.
Exactly. It's inspiring. And you know what else is inspiring? His empowering teams for success principles. Like the first one he lists is clear communication and vision, which seems so basic.
Right. But you'd be surprised how many teams struggle with that.
Oh, I know. It's like you're all on this boat, but no one knows where you're going.
Exactly. And everyone's rowing in different directions.
Yeah.
So yeah, clear communication is essential. It creates a sense of purpose and alignment within the team.
It's like having a map and a compass instead of just wandering around in the wilderness.
Exactly. And then he talks about empowerment and trust, which I think is so crucial in today's work environment.
Yeah, because if you don't trust your team, why even have a team?
Right. It's about giving people the autonomy to make decisions, to take ownership of their work.
And that probably leads to more creativity and innovation.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
When people feel trusted and empowered, they're more likely to take risks, to think outside the box.
And he also highlights continuous development, which makes perfect sense in the tech world.
Oh, yeah. The tech landscape is constantly changing. So if you're not learning and growing, you're falling behind.
So it's not just about hiring smart people. It's about investing in their growth and helping them stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly. And that's what sets great leaders apart. They understand that their team's success is their own success.
He also mentions performance with empathy, which I think is so refreshing to hear.
It is. It's about recognizing that people make mistakes, and that's okay. It's about creating a supportive environment where people can learn and grow without fear of punishment.
Because let's face it, we're all human.
Exactly. We all have our ups and downs, and a good leader understands that and provides support when needed.
And of course, no tech strategy is complete without data-driven decision-making.
Right. It's about taking the guesswork out of the equation, using data to inform your decisions, to track your progress, to make sure you're on the right path.
It's like having a roadmap that's constantly being updated based on real-time information.
Exactly. You're not just flying blind. You're making informed decisions based on evidence.
Okay, so we've established that TJ's leadership approach is pretty amazing. But let's circle back to those innovative projects. I'm still fascinated by Deposit First and its potential to disrupt the financial industry.
Yeah, it's a great example of how TJ is using AI and automation to solve a real-world problem.
And it's not just about making things more efficient. It's about making them more secure and transparent.
Exactly. And by incorporating Web3 technology, he's adding another layer of trust and decentralization.
Which is huge in the financial world.
Absolutely. And then we have Hoop Glory, the spiritual platform that's using AI and quantum technology.
Still trying to wrap my head around that one. It's such an unexpected combination.
Right. It's like, what does quantum computing have to do with spirituality?
Exactly. But maybe that's the point. Maybe it's about exploring the uncharted territory, the intersection of science and spirituality.
It's definitely outside the box thinking. And who knows what kind of insights they might uncover.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities. And then there's Deposit Power, the PropTech platform that won him that award. What do you think were the key factors that contributed to its success?
Well, I think it's a testament to TJ's ability to not only understand technology, but to apply it in a way that solves real problems and creates value for customers.
He's not just building tech for tech's sake. He's building solutions that make a difference.
Exactly. And that's what makes him stand out. He's not just a techie. He's a problem solver, an innovator, a leader.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. His leadership philosophy, his technical expertise, his innovative projects, his vision for the future. What stands out to you as the most compelling aspect of TJ Newberry's approach?
For me, it's his ability to connect the dots. He sees the big picture, he understands how technology can be used to achieve business goals, and he's passionate about creating a positive impact on the world.
He's not just building systems, he's building a better future. And that's something we can all get behind.
Absolutely. And that brings us back to his future vision, remember. He's looking to join a Sydney-based company primed for growth where he can align tech strategy with business goals to really drive success and enhance customer experience.
And it's not just any company, right? He's being very specific about the type of opportunity he's seeking,
Exactly. He's not just sending out resumes blindly. He's targeting companies where he can make a strategic impact.
which is smart.
Yeah.
It shows that he's got a clear vision for his future.
Absolutely. And that's something we can all learn from, whether you're in tech or any other field. It's important to identify your strengths, your passions, and the type of environment where you can truly thrive.
It's about finding that sweet spot where you can really make a difference.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of TJ Newberry, what are some key takeaways our listeners can apply to their own work or lives?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway for me is that technology is constantly evolving. And to stay ahead of the curve, you need to be constantly learning and growing.
Right. You can't just rest on your laurels. You got to be willing to embrace new ideas, new technologies, new ways of doing things.
And TJ's a great example of that.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to experiment, to push the boundaries, to try new things.
And he's also shown us that technology isn't just about gadgets and gizmos. It's about solving real-world problems and making people's lives better.
Whether it's through AI, Web3, quantum computing, or any other emerging technology, it's about using technology for good.
And that's something we should all strive for, to use our skills and knowledge to make a positive impact on the world.
So as we leave this deep dive, let's consider this. What other unexpected industries might benefit from the kind of outside-the-box thinking that TJ embodies?
That's a great question.
Could we see AI revolutionize healthcare or quantum computing transform energy production?
The possibilities are truly endless when we start to think creatively about how technology can be applied to different fields.
It's about challenging assumptions, looking beyond the obvious, and daring to imagine a future where technology empowers us to achieve the extraordinary.
And if you're inspired to learn more about TJ's journey and connect with him directly, we encourage you to check out his LinkedIn profile. We'll be sure to include the link in the show notes.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of tech innovation with TJ Newberry. We hope you're leaving feeling inspired, informed, and maybe even a little bit challenged to think differently about the role technology plays in shaping our world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep